I only know of them from, I'm on Facebook and.
The work that he's done in this program and on himself, just kind of hearing a little bit of his story, is really inspiring to me. And his attitude is just awesome, man. He's smiling all the time and laughing and joking, and he brings a lot of levity when I'm around him, which is really nice because I tend to be a glum person when I'm not in this program or I'm not doing these things. And yeah, he brings a lot of lightheartedness. And even when things are, when life kind of starts happening, when life starts lifing, as they say. And so, yeah, here is Milton.
Then Nick family. Do you need a tie? You want me to sponsor you? Okay.
Sure. Thank you. My name is Milton and I'm an alcoholic. Thanks for reading. I really appreciate your reading, and thanks for the person who is hosting this thing. Thank you. Thanks, Stanley, for inviting me. I think I was just crying in my sponsor's kitchen, and he was like, "Oh, poor guy. Maybe he needs some help." I don't know. Welcome if you are visiting. Welcome if you're new. I hope you can find what I found here. Carly! Carly was in my first meeting. Like, people may think that I'm like smiling right now, but in my first meeting, I was crying all the time. I just hate myself. I just lied and cheated and steal all my life, and then, just got too much, and just feel ashamed of my life, and I just feel like a piece of shit, And I was like, oh, I hate my life. If you're new, yeah, I hope you can find what I found here. Man, I have a really, really good life. I don't know. I woke up this morning, whipped some eggs, went for a run, took my dog for a little walk around my house, did a little bit of cleaning, took a shower, did a little bit of praying, and just came here. I don't know. Life is just so freaking good. Like, really, really, really good. And when I got here the first time, I just didn't know what was wrong with me. My dad didn't know what was wrong with me. And I don't know. I just thought that like I'm just a crazy person, I was crying all the time, and I don't know. Maybe I had like a life crisis, like people talks about. It felt like that way. I just couldn't understand like why I keep doing the same thing. And when I'm drinking, I'm having fun. Like, I didn't go to jail, and I had enough money to buy my own drinks, and I would go to the bar in Helena, Montana. And there was a guy who was a bartender, I'll ask for a shot of Patron, and the guy would go, Milton. And I'll be like, hey, and just have that shot of Patron, But like right when he went down, he's just stopped talking to me. And then nobody else seemed to be talking to me. And I just fucking hate that. Just being around of people. And I just been so, so, so alone, like incredibly alone. And then I'll just, yeah, just like hoping, I'll be like, I hope if I'm here long enough, somebody that speaks Spanish and talks about politics is gonna walk in, and we're gonna have, and I don't know, she's gonna be hot. And we're gonna get in love, and we're just gonna have this crazy life, And it will go 2 hours, and I'm like a short person. I get drunk pretty fast. Like 2 hours, I'll be like, shit, I gotta puke. And I'll go and puke and come back, and I'll be like, what am I doing in this place? Like, what am I doing here? Like, dude, I have a wife at home, that I'm like hoping to get laid when I have a wife at home. Like, I was just like asking myself, like, what is wrong with me? Like, my parents are good people, like really, really good people. My friends, the people that I'm around, they're like good people. my siblings, they're like great people. Like I just felt so, I don't know, out of that circle and just not understanding myself. So I'll just go puke, cry, come back, and maybe the guy will be like, "Hey," again. I'm like, "Eh," and I'll take a taxi and go home. And right before going to bed, I'll cry and I'll think like, I'm never gonna do this again. I just don't want to live this way. Like I feel ashamed. And I'll wake up the next day, the same thing. I'll still feel bad, like still like doing dishes and crying. My wife will go and work, and I wasn't working in that time. And sometime by 3 p.m., I'll start thinking like, oh, it's my dad's fault. Like, oh, if people will speak Spanish in this area, if I only knew somebody that speaks Spanish, like life would be different. And like it will just go the same circle over and over and over. And I didn't drink at home, I didn't I don't think even had like beer. Well, sometimes I will buy beers to have it in the fridge, but I don't think I drank that. I became an alcoholic here in these rooms. I came here because I finally, my wife at that time got tired and she was like, get out of here. And, and I was like, yes, this looks so good. And then 5 minutes later, I'm an alcoholic and I'm like, oh my God, what am I going to do? Like, oh, can we please get together? And she was like, no, she's not an alcoholic. She was like, get out of here. Like, you're a horrible human being. And I was like, oh, okay, well, that's not too bad. And then I was like, I was sleeping with somebody, and this person, I guess, was an AA. And that person was like, what did I do? Maybe I cheated on her. But I went to her and I told her, or she knew about the things they have done, and she told me, like, you're a horrible human being. Like, you're terrible. And for the first time, instead of laughing, like, ha ha ha, you're funny, like something it hurt, like something in their faces was like so incredible painful that I just couldn't do anything. And of course, my reaction was like, what can I do? And she was like, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know. I go to AA. You should go to AA. And I was like, I don't even know what AA is. Like, I will go. And she told me, like, call this guy, and was a guy that I knew in Helena, and I gave him a call. And like, and the other thing is, like, right away, maybe 5 minutes after that, I was like, no, it's not that bad. I'm like a whip. Sometimes I'm like good, and sometimes I'm bad. Like sometimes I'm angry, and sometimes I'm happy. I'm just like in the end of the whip. And and I felt terrible, first of all, that this person like broke up with me. So I was like, I'm gonna go to AA, and then I'm gonna feel good, and then maybe we'll get together, and then I have to be the one who say like, oh, I don't want to be with you, because I'm like a freaking alcoholic. I'm just selfish. I don't even know what's happening with me. I'm like empty inside, and I'm just looking for anything to grab to make me happy, to fill me up. And I went to a room like this. Maybe I don't remember really well. I do remember Carly being there, and people will talk about alcohol, and I was like, I don't know, what are you talking about? Like, dude, like, I just want to feel a little bit better. Like, I don't think drinking is my problem. My sponsor was talking to a guy, like the guy that was going to be my sponsor was talking to somebody else. And I heard that the guy said, like, if you do this for 1 year, you will not drink, like you will not drink. So I was like, oh, that's crazy. Like that somebody will be thinking about that. But I knew that that girl wanted me to get on a sponsor. So I asked that person, can you be my sponsor? And I was talking to him, and I told him, like, I haven't talked to my family. I haven't talked to my dad for 2 years. I'm just going through a divorce. I'm afraid to walk outside of my house. Like every time that somebody walks through my department, I feel like they're gonna know who I am. They are not gonna know that I'm cheating, that I'm lying. Man, I just steal for no reason. And I just felt terrible. And the guy told me, if you stay 1 year in these rooms, all those feelings are gonna go away. Like, what the heck? Like, dude, I have been living all my life with this like fear. I couldn't even take a shower. Like, I have a little bit of PTSD, but like I couldn't take a shower. Like, I had to have my side like open in order to close, like to shower. And he was like, oh, you will be, oh, last I couldn't sleep. And he told me like, you can sleep. And I was like, the happy, like, I don't know. I mean, I was just so much in pain that I believed him. I believed him if I do this AA thing, that I will be able to sleep. And all what I wanted in that moment is like, I just want to be able to sleep. Oh man, then things got even crazier after that. Like, because when I don't drink, I don't know you, but like when I don't drink, I get freaking nuts. Like I am just, I don't know. I just like, I want to fill it up, this emptiness that's inside of me. Man, and I still do it today. Like, I'm feeling shitty and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna text this person that maybe likes me. And then this person's like, I don't like you. And I'm like, oh, that feeling is just like some type of, like something that when I don't have God on me, I'm like trying to fill it up with something. So I have been sober almost 15 years, like in September, October, November 26th of 2010. I broke up with another girl because I was freaking crazy. And 5 minutes later, I wanted to get back with her. And she was like, no. And that was just painful enough for me to be like, oh, today is going to be that day. Like, I'm going to take AA serious. I don't think I was drinking before that, but I was just like I just remember that moment. It was like a Thanksgiving holiday thing. I don't know. I grew up in Ecuador, and I'll get back a little bit about my getting back into the AA things. But I grew up in Ecuador in a very, very poor family. A lot of violence. I have, 7 siblings, and I used to hate my dad and my mom. But now I know they're like freaking 7 siblings. I have a dog and a cat today. And like those two, like sometimes I want to chuck the death to them, It's just like that dog when it wants to go out, it's like, gives me a lot of stress. So I can't even imagine what my dad was to have like that many kids and not having money, and be like, can not having money to provide for us. So I just resented as an alcoholic. I just resented my parents. I did well in high school. I got on a scholarship to go to college. Like nobody in my family have ever finished middle school. And they pay my parents for me to let me go to college. So they even didn't pay me, but pay my parents to go to college. And I don't know, I drank in college a lot. I just remember one time, like very drunk, like hitting my head in a wall just because I was angry. Like, what the heck? Or like, just like whatever, like the crazy things that you have done when you're drunk, I have done it. I just have been lucky enough that I didn't hurt myself. They didn't go to jail. I don't know. I felt like, yeah, just like I laughed a lot when I was in Ecuador. And I feel like I gotta say also they had a good childhood regardless of how I lived. I'm just trying to think like stories when I was drunk, but I don't really have how many of them. I had a good life. I focus in academics. I don't know. I helped writing the Constitution in Ecuador. There's a little building in a university with my dad's name because all what I wanted is to make my dad happy, to accept me, like any other alcoholic is like looking for acceptance. So when you go to Ecuador, there's like a little building in a university. I don't know. I cheat and lied a lot in my work, and my first job, I just felt like live a horrible life. They just feel empty, just feel bad about it. Like, finally, I was like so in pain and so much in trouble legally in Ecuador. I met somebody from the US, and then I thought that is my way to get out of the country, and I got married. I used that person. In that moment, it didn't feel like that way, but like I honestly just was looking for a way, for a new place to live, for a new opportunity. And I just got married with this person when I knew that things will not work out, when I didn't know even myself. And I came to the US, and I was in legal trouble. I didn't pay taxes in Ecuador, and the government was taking me to jail. And my dad had to go in Ecuador. The laws are different. If you're not there, then one of your family members is going to pay for the things that you do wrong. And my dad got in house arrest because of me, and he was just an old dude that was just a farmer, and all of that like finally got to a point where I just couldn't live anymore. I was just so empty inside. And okay, this is like a funny story. Like I was in Colorado and I still had a little bit of money, and well, I don't know actually if it's funny, but I just remember watching the show of Breaking Bad, the guy when it's full of people and I'm still feeling so empty. And I feel like that is my life. I always had good people around me and just feeling so freaking lonely. I got in a fight with my wife, and I rented a limousine to go. My brother lives in New York, to go from Denver to New York. And I was like, I didn't know much about the US, so I like pay for like 3 like prostitutes to come in the limousine with me. And you will think like that is I don't know if you were I thought that was the best place to be in my life. And I was like passing Kansas City. It was like, we're just passing there. And I freaking was crying when these 3 ladies was there, like, what can I do for you? And I'm just like freaking crying that the chauffeur of the limousine came out and stopped it and was like, what's wrong with you? And I'm like, I don't know what's wrong with me. I just miss this and that. I was just so freaking empty that like it didn't really matter what I had in that moment. It just couldn't make me happy at all. Like literally, this program saved my life, like physically and emotionally. Like I don't know, I have like a really, really good life right now. And yeah, the person that I was married, I married another time, and she was the what is that thing? Like the person that does the balls, like she was the one that married me. Like I was able to work in that relationship. Like Christy is my first wife, and she's like probably my best friend. It's like my family here. And I mean, it took so much work. When you lie and cheat like me, people don't freaking are just like, hey, welcome back. Like they are like, you're a piece of shit, like over and over. And I just had to show up and shut up, show up and shut up, show up and shut up. What else I can tell you if you're new? Oh man, I'm going through like finishing a divorce right now. Dude, that shit's hard. Like so freaking hard. It's like, it doesn't really matter if it was like coming for years. It doesn't really matter if like, was meant to be. It doesn't really matter if you like think you're moving on and think that you're doing the best thing for the both of us. And like, it's just hard. It's like freaking hard. And like anything that has happened in my life, when life is hard, I gotta come back to AA. Like I have a good life. Like I have this like cycling community. I have this climbing community. I have this running community. Like I have all these people, but without AA, I have nothing. I have shit. Like literally, it's just like, here is where I learn a little bit how to be faithful, a little bit how to be like, I don't know, honest, how to be just a tiny bit. I mean, like I'm like that type of drunk. I went like the last time that I stole, I went to the good food store, and there was like 2 types of rice. One rice that's like expensive, like 3 cents more than the other rice. And I freaking fill it up the bag and put the number of the one that's 3 cents. Like, dude, I have the money. I have like, it's not that I'm gonna be Porter. I just steal. Like literally, I just steal. Like I don't even know why. And that is like a life work for me to like be a little bit better. And I need help. Like I really, really, really need help. Like I meet with my sponsor. I have a home group. I have a job position in my home group. I reach out to other alcoholics. I have man, I have 2 therapists, I have like my family. It's just to live a little bit with happiness, I need a lot of freaking help, like a ton of help. Yeah, I guess I could tell you how I'm feeling right now. What's life like right now? Uh, I don't know. I came home and my cat and my dog were like laying in the couch, and I just felt like a piece of shit, like, oh, I cannot even provide for a dog and a cat, meanwhile for a family. Like all the things, the feelings they had it before, like people say, like there's a monkey behind you when you drink, you get like crazy. It's also like emotionally the same thing. Like that freaking thing is like right there. It just was waiting for me to be a little bit down and just came in. I had the same feelings they had when I was just getting sober, just feeling so empty, so dirty, so like nothing. And like the first thing they had to do is call my sponsor. Just call him, and he was like, remember, 99% of your problems are in your head. And that is so true for me. My head lies with my own words. That's what my sponsor used to say, and that's what I would say. Like my freaking head is so powerful, like so freaking powerful. Just like an incredible thing that I need a lot of help to just shut up a little bit. I came and watched my dog and my cat, and I don't know, I just feel shitty about myself. And I was like, I had like a panic attack, just like cry hard, like just crying there for a moment. And I went and I talked to my sponsor, and I was like telling him about how I'm feeling in this moment. But I don't know, like Stanley has, I always have a good attitude, even in the bad times. I can find happiness. And something really magic, like the best thing that somebody has told me in my life is like I was sitting with him one-on-one. And when I just got sober, I like by in Helena, there's a little park, and I used to like riding bikes, and I'll ride my bike, and I will see a guy reading a book. This is like, dude will always be reading a book in the park. And I felt so jealous and so angry that person will have like some type of a spiritual feat to be able to sit by himself and be by himself for like 10 seconds, like reading. And I mean, I just wanted that so bad in my life. And I was telling my sponsor of the stuff that I'm like doing, and like how my life is going and how I'm feeling shitty, but I'm still excited to go back. I'm a teacher. I'm excited to go back to my job. I'm excited to go like running with my friends in the weekend. And he was telling me a story that there's this guy in Missoula that was a priest there, and then he's walking alone in the streets, and every time that Michael, my sponsor, says hi to him, he's like, hey, hi. And it's just like this dude that seems to be kind of happy. And I stopped him like when he was talking. I was like, I want to be that person, dude. I just want to be like an old dude walking in the street who is like, it may seem like alone, but is just happy to be himself, dude. And he told me like, you're that person. And that was like the coolest thing they ever, like, I don't know. They just dream in my life, like just to be okay with myself. And it's like freaking 15 years that I'm like, I feel like I'm just okay. Like, oh yeah, I'm excited to date or like whatever, like all those things to like restart a life and deal with those things. But like essentially, like I'm just like so happy to be okay with myself, to be okay and do the things they want to go through to my emotions, to be, I don't know, happy and sad, to be angry, to be discontent and I don't know, disappointed. And like who cares? It's just life. I am I don't get disappointed. I'm disappointed. It's just I know there's like an emotional thing, and I know it's gonna happen. That nothing is permanently. As long as I have as long as I have a community, as long as I'm willing to reach out, and as long as I'm always looking to look myself. I'm excited to like give it a different try to myself, to learn from this experience, to I don't know, just be. Yeah, I hope if you're new, they told me, man, I thought I was like a smart person, you know, like I have a bunch of degrees, like a ton of them, like literally, like a ton of them. But I'm like so like my counselor told me one time, like, I don't know how can somebody be so smart and so stupid at the same time. And that is me. Like literally that's me. I learned it in AA the like, you know, they should have a at my work, they should have a meeting with a parent or a student at the start of the day and not at the end of the day. Because if I have a conflict at the start of the day by 12, I'm feeling good. You know, I really like my kids and they're gonna be happy. I'm gonna be happy, and the end of the day, I'm gonna be happy. So today, every time I know there's gonna be a conflict or that I'm not feeling good about something, I schedule at the start of the day. And that's somebody here in AA told me that. Like none of those like titles told me that. Like they told me they should like have a conversation when I'm not thirsty or I'm not hungry. You know, like, and that shit changed my life. Like literally those little tiny things. Like today, I asked myself, like, have I drink water? You know, have I eat today? It's just like pretty crazy. Like in those little things. Have I like slept? Like if I don't sleep really well, like I don't do anything that I think is gonna be important in my life because I'm just not there completely. And like, I don't know, a guy that was like very, I don't know, I felt like my first sponsor was some like weird, kind of like sexist, misogynist guy, but like that freaking guy taught me that. Like literally, he told me all of those things. And another thing, like, I don't know if you're like me, I can't read it really well in English, and I kind of like I don't like the big book that much, you know. And they told me like open the big book, you will find the answers there. And I opened the big book. I was like, what is this thing? How you're gonna find the answers? And this book is boring. Like literally, like the weirdest book they ever read in my life. But you know what? Like I went to a freaking big book meeting for almost 2 years and a half, every single Monday with a bunch of guys. And those people read to me and they explained it to me what was saying there. And I freaking learned from their experience. Like still today, like my sponsor has to read it to me because I don't know how to read a book. You know, he has to find it there and he tells me like how he relates to these areas and I get to relate to that. Like if you are new and you're like, oh man, this book is boring, don't worry, keep coming back. Like you don't have to find the answer for yourself. Like you don't have to do nothing by yourself. Um, I don't know if you are like, if you're new and thinking like everybody who comes to the podium seems to be like honest. Like no, like dude, don't. I freaking lied my first year. In my first fourth step, I lied. I mean, I didn't know I was lying at the moment, but like, in my second fourth step, I freaking lied. In my third fourth step, I lied. Like I just lied and lied because I don't even know myself. I don't know you, but like I felt like I rediscovered myself. And every single day that I keep doing, every single year that I'm here, I'm like freaking a new person. Like I'm finding something else. And I'm always finding like, oh, I can do better this year. I can do better this year than what I did last year. So I don't know if you're new and you're thinking like, oh man, I just lied to my sponsor. I should go to the bar and get a beer. Like, no, man, I have done everything wrong in this thing except not to have a drink and except to quit. Uh, I'm here regardless of, you know, how I'm feeling. I'm here if I'm happy. I'm here if I'm sad. I'm here if I'm angry, because I just drink if I'm happy. I drink if I'm angry. I drink if I'm alone. I drink if I'm with people, and I feel like I have to try like do A in the same way. Oh gosh, what can I? Oh man, okay. If you're new, dude, okay. I ride my bike every morning, like going to work, and I when I was young, our vision in my life to like I don't know, I was really poor, so I visioned in my life being rich, like economically rich, and like having a driver, and I don't know, like working for Chevron, like just like I was a good engineer, and I thought like, oh man, I'm gonna use this degree to like bring the dough to my home, and I thought like today, like most of the time, even in the winter, sometimes I ride my bike. I live up and I have a little house up in the hills, and it's freaking cold in the morning, and I freaking put my gloves, and I have like a little coaty things they put in my bike like this, and I come down, and when it's snowy, you're just like slurring kind of like from one side to another side, and I freaking never have been that happy in my life. Like literally, it's just like I get to work and I'm freaking sweaty, because like then I get to the flat and you have to pedal and it's freaking sweaty, but like I get to work and like, I don't know, life is just so freaking good. Like I get to smell, I get to see, I get to sense stuff, and like all this stuff that I thought that they would be important for me, like still is like, oh dude, right now I'm with a lot of fear about like financially, like how it's going to be. Like, I don't think I'm going to be able to afford another house, like selling this house, like all that kind of stuff. I still have it, but it's like not really the most important thing in my life. Like I am just looking forward to go to my work, and I work with a bunch of teenagers. Like that's how crazy it is. Like I just couldn't even handle myself, while other people around me. I don't, yeah, and I'm just looking forward to that. Like financial. Oh, one thing I really believe of all the, um, wait, what is it called? Like AA has all these things they will offer to you in some time in your life. Promises, the freaking promises, like the promises. I can tell you one promise that worked for me like 100%. They believe it. That my sponsor told me like the day they met him, dude, if I don't do AA, I'm gonna die alone as an alcoholic, crying in my freaking kitchen. I know that for a fact that is a promise to me. Like if I don't do AA, like if I don't follow the steps, if I don't try to live as a good human being, I'm gonna be freaking in the kitchen doing dishes. I just remember every single day I did the same thing. And I don't know you, man, but that is so freaking painful. That is so dragging. That is just the worst thing in life. And I do everything here. I like honestly, my biggest drive to like have a different type of lifestyle is because I don't want that promise to come back to me. Like that, I just don't want that. I just want to be able to find happiness in the worst moment. I don't know. Oh, I just feel like I'm telling you things I should tell about drunk stories, but there's no legal things here in the US, so you guys may judge me if I tell you like what I did in Ecuador when I was drinking. Yeah. I don't, if you don't really have to find the right sponsor. Um, I don't know. I just asked this guy because I just wanted to get a sponsor in that moment, my first sponsor, and I come to meetings when I'm bad, like when I'm feeling kind of shitty. I come to meetings and I feel okay. I can relate with you, and I feel like I am like again I'm a Latino, so I get to share stuff with my friends. It's not that I cannot share with my friends anything. Like I share with them the same stuff that I'm sharing with you. So I come to a meeting and I feel some type of relief. I feel like relief, but like, dude, I go back home and I feel shitty again. Like it may be like, it's good and everything, and then the night ends and I'm going home. Like when I was new, I was going home and I felt empty, like crazy. Like, dude, recovery happens one-on-one with another alcoholic. One-on-one with another alcoholic. Like, my sponsor was like, do you want to have a relationship with your family? Text them every single day, every single week to your mom. And I didn't know what to text to my mom, and I copy and texted the same freaking thing after 3 months. I'll be like, oh, this was a good text, copy, paste, send it to her. And I think it was like 1.5 years that my mom, instead of asking me how you doing, she told me about her problems. She told me that she was having a hard time with my dad. They didn't have a good communication. Economically, they were not doing really good. Like after a year and a half, finally she trusted enough that I was doing okay. And like not necessarily economically, but like spiritually. Like I was just like a spiritual zombie, like somebody that didn't have hope, they was just dying. And I didn't know that. And that thing only happened with my sponsor. Nobody in the meeting told me like, text you mom, like I just can just hear and feel, and I feel the similarities, but like one-on-one with another alcoholic, it doesn't really matter who is the person. Like, and you don't have to do perfectly. Like literally, you don't have to, like, that thing, like, oh, don't date in the first year. Like, yeah. I remember like meeting with my sponsor, like, are you dating anyone? Like, no, dude, how I will do that? Like, no, I was sleeping with someone. Like, like it doesn't really matter if you're doing imperfectly. Like you just, if you do like, I don't know, like just give it a try. Like don't give up before you even give it a try. I feel like I always need to find the right person to connect and to have a conversation. And the first job there was like, I had it for years, maybe like, I don't know, maybe for 10 years, I was like making coffee. I like literally just made coffee every single meeting that I went. I just made coffee because helped me to show up on time. Helped me to talk to some people. I don't even, oh wait, now I drink coffee, but I even didn't drink coffee. And I still freaking made the coffee because I knew that was giving me an opportunity to me to try to like talk to another alcoholic, to try to reach. Always my sponsor will tell me like, if I'm feeling shitty, reach your hand to a newcomer. And I try to do that. And like, I'm not perfect at all. You can tell the people in my home group, I'm like, I would rather sit with my friends right here that they like to talk about something else than alcohol, because I feel like I'm more than this. And I'm a judgmental person, and I think that I'm better than you, and then I think that I'm worse than you. It's not like the same way that when I was new, but I still have the same things that I had it before. Like I'm going through to this divorce because I'm selfish. I'm self-centered. I have like everything in this stuff. I'm not perfect, and I have so much to work. Like I need help, and I don't know. Oh man, what else can I tell you? 10 minutes.
That's the higher power teaching you that.
I don't really think I get on my knees and I pray because it's not gonna hurt me, Man, if you're thinking about like why will come to AA, I can assure you it's not gonna hurt you. It's not gonna put you in a worse place than you are right now. I assure you, like in the way that my sponsor assured me that I will be okay after a year. Like this place here is not gonna do worse than you did to yourself. It didn't do it to me. Like maybe if you have tons of money, I didn't have it, but like maybe you have tons of money, pay like, I don't know, 20 counselors or whatever. But like if you don't have it, this shit's free. Like you get to see it, you have community, you have recovery, you get to laugh. Like hopefully at least from this meeting today, at least you get a little laugh. Man, okay. When I got to Helena, this like Alana Club, there was a lady, oh gosh, from somewhere, and she would like said bad words when it was in the podium, and I just thought in that moment that was so disrespectful. Like, how could somebody just be in the podium and say the word fuck? I'll be like, oh Jesus, people don't say those things, And she will say like bad words and will make me laugh. And like literally, while I couldn't really hear anything what people had to share, I knew I was laughing at that moment when I came to the meeting. And honestly, I just went there for a while just because I wanted to laugh for a minute. I just wanted to be happy for a second. So again, like, man, you're here. Just stick around a little bit longer. Give it a chance. Don't worry about fourth step. Like I said, like do your best, like trust on you that you're doing your best. Fifth step, I mean, my sponsor was like, we're gonna do something weird. We're gonna get into our knees. And I was in so much pain that I didn't feel any of that. Like when he was like, let's get in the knees, and I was like, right there, you know, tell me about your life. And I was like, I'm gonna puke to you everything. No, the next year I was like, I didn't tell you that. But like, you know, in that moment was everything they felt, everything that was hurting me in that moment. And I don't know, like if you're in pain with me, like me, I know that you probably are not thinking about holding anything, or if you're holding, who cares? Like you're just doing your best there. I appreciate everybody being here. I don't go to many meetings. I go to my home group, and then every time that I'm doing, my life is not good, my sponsor tells me like, go to that meeting, and I just do whatever he said. I know for a fact that they like a 5-year-old is gonna manage my life better than what I do. Like literally, I have to write a freaking thesis for this whatever master they did, and I'll be in front of my paper and I'll grab my phone and I'm like, you know, those like bike pictures and Instagram. And I know a 5-year-old will come and tell me like, stop doing that, write your thesis. So I know that like somebody, like anybody can manage my life better than me. So I have no like really a vision of like, oh, this person needs to have what I have, like what I want. This person needs to be feel spiritually. Oh, this person needs to be perfect. We're just humans. And I have learned that here, that we're good and bad. They like, we're just shitty and also we can be great. Like I have a really good relationship today with my dad, and my dad is a piece of shit, but also he's like a really, really awesome human being. And I accept him in the way that he is. And my friends, they are like crazy and they like, you know, talk about things that I don't agree with them, but also they are like really, really good human beings that they will be there for me. You know, we're just humans, and with you, what do we do? And without AA, man, I will be criticizing every single one person they meet in my life, and I will not have the opportunity to learn from them. I will not have the opportunity to, I don't know, get those miracles or those words or those things. Yeah, somebody told me like, tomorrow's hydration starts today, and like, that shit changed my life. No, like in general, it's just like, you know, if I want to make a change, I don't have to wait for the right moment. I can start like right there at this moment. We can always have a start like at this moment here. Thanks again for having me here. I hope you can find again what I found here. If you're new, reach out to me. I'll give you my phone number and we can have some coffee. You're gonna help me more than what you think I will be helping you. I don't know. Thank you.